Hello, my name is Putis. I am curator for Playa Gallery, and I am here with Tiffany Bociek. She is our solo artist for August 31st opening, and the show is running until September 23rd. And the show is called A Depth of a Daydream, and she does this beautiful, amazing encaustic work. So I am here with her today in her home studio, and we're out in her beautiful backyard, which is basically a sculpture garden that her and her husband created, and she is going to give me a lesson a little bit later on how to make an encaustic piece. So I'm super excited about that. I'm really excited to have you at the gallery.
Thank you. I'm excited to be there, and welcome to my home.
Thank you. It's gorgeous here. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Very pretty.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about what you do for encaustic work.
So a lot of my pieces are sort of centered around this idea of the dreamscape, ethereal, sort of feelings, you know. And so within that, I like the idea of small and intimate because it makes the viewer kind of go up and really engage within it. And so there are hints of stories, you know, so a lot of it is about seeing this one character in this sort of dreamscape. And what I would really, well, for me what it is like letting go and just sort of letting my imagination relax and then creating, right? And I almost kind of hope that the viewer is able to do that too. You know, there's this certain sort of
it does feel dreamy. Like when I look at your work, I feel like I want to be there almost. Like it makes me feel good. Like when I look at your work, it is dreamy, but it's not like abrasive in any way. It's very soft and makes you basically feel like you're in a dream sequence or something. It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm super excited. So you're gonna teach me how to do it?
I will teach you how to do it.
That sounds good. Let's take 5, and then we'll meet back up at her studio, which is actually outside. She works outside. Yeah. So because there are fumes, right?
Yeah, so within encaustic itself, that's one of the things that anytime someone starts, I always like to kind of give them the sort of the, you know, back of the label warning. And it is quite abrasive and toxic practice. If you overheat your wax, there are certain chemicals that actually come out in fumes, like formaldehyde.
Oh, wow.
And so you want to make sure that you're always in a very well ventilated space. So like if there's no breeze happening, I'll get a fan and push the
fumes.
Yeah, push the fumes. And that's why I do like to work outside, but that means that I'm really dependent on the weather.
Right.
So for this show, I had a drop dead date of when I was going to stop working, except that last week in which I had, I think, 5 pieces left to finish. It was over, I think that's when we were hitting like the 95 to 100 degree, and it was like 80 degrees by the time I got out at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the morning, and I was like,
there's no way.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
but she made it. She dropped off all of her pieces.
Yeah, I did. But you know, I mean, it's really dependent, and you know, it's great in the summertime because the light stays so light, so you have a much longer work period, whereas you know, in the winter time it gets dark really early. So it's, you know, being outside, it has its drawbacks. So the bugs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Bees love it. I try really hard, and I've only lost a couple of bees, but you know, we try to provide them with other things to fly and get and pollinate. So.
Well, that sounds great. Well, I don't know about the bees, but I'm excited. I'm excited to try the encaustic work.
Yeah, I'm excited to teach you.
Yeah, and so we're gonna have her show on August 31st from 5 to 8 p.m. There'll be wine and cheese, and you get to talk to her, and she's amazing. Yeah. And see her beautiful pieces. And her show will be up until September 23rd. And yeah, let's get to making some art.
Yeah, well,
sounds good.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Sure.
It was great.
Yeah, we're excited.
Okay, so to be a little bit more safe, put our hair
Put
back.
our hair back.
And we already did our 3 coats of clear wax.
Okay.
So we're gonna go
Yeah.
ahead and move on to
Clear wax.
color.
It looks basically the same.
Yeah.
But there's 3 coats now.
Yeah,
And it's
so,
nice and smooth.
Yeah, like it's fun. To
So
touch.
now we add color.
Now it's time for color, and essentially we're going to start with the same way. Now I'll start you doing a lot in low,
Okay.
because it just has a lot more control. So you're going to
Because if you make it too hot, it'll make it move around too much.
yeah, and you kind of and it really depends on what your piece is going to be or how you're going to do it. And there's so many different ways to do encaustic, and this is just my method. And if you talk to someone who does realistic encaustic, a lot of times they're using an iron. They're actually adding, they'll heat quickly, and then they'll add the color to the iron, and then they'll actually take the iron.
Kind of like a palette knife.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
Okay. Interesting.
So it's really dependent. This is how I essentially learned how to make encaustic, and how I read. And then I think I was really, I don't know, man. This is always the hard part when I don't have.
What color you want to start with?
Yes, it's so hard. I want to do them all. That's the problem. Okay, so, and you just kind of start putting it around
Wherever you want.
Encaustic, you can do photo transfers, you can do a painting, an oil painting, and cover it. You
Yeah.
can,
I've seen people put metal and wood, and you can do anything.
yeah, it's just
cool.
really versatile. So for today, I think I'm gonna leave mine as is because I don't know where I'm gonna go with them next.
Oh, okay.
And what I personally like to do as an artist is like I'll, set them all out, and I'll my studio's by our main bathroom, so I walk by it every day, and
okay.
so my head gets to ruminate over it, and
So you have 2 studios, outdoor and indoor.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of where I do all my drawing and painting and prep work, and then out here is where I make all the
Oh,
encaustic.
okay. Cool.
So, yeah.
Well, this has been really fun. This is my amazing piece. Not quite as beautiful as hers, and hers aren't even done, and they're still gorgeous.
Yours
Compared.
is
Mine's
beautiful.
not so much, but oops, unless I ruin it.
That's okay.
Can you see that? Oh yeah, that's it. That's the ticket. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank
This
you
has
for
been
coming.
awesome.
Yeah.
And now I know the so much work that goes into each piece. I mean, you could spend so many hours and hours on each piece and just keep working on it.
Yeah.
But it's so cool, all the layers and stuff. This has been really fun.
It's been really great.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to my studio.
You're welcome. Thank
Yeah.
you. This has been fun. Yay.
Bye.